All right, I've got 4 cups of sunflower petals that I'm going to give a gentle rinse to just make sure that I get any debris or little buggies or whatnot that might be on there. And then I am going to put them in a bowl with warm to hot water to steep them for an hour or 2 to make some sunflower tea so I can make a jelly. So get those rinsed and I'll bring you back. All right, so here I have 4 cups of water boiling. I'm going to turn the oven off. I have 4 cups of washed petals that I'm going to add to the water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to steep this with the heat off. I'm going to put a lid on it for 1 to 2 hours so that way all the petals, good nutrition and flavor will get into the water so that I can make my jelly. So I'm just kind of pushing down the petals to make sure that they're all touching the water and in there. And that's it. And then you'll put a lid on it and let it set for 1 to 2 hours. Easy as pie. And then I will bring you along to the next process, which is pretty simple too. You'll be excited.
Just tell her. Not about religion, brother.
Good morning from the city of Rome, and behind me is the Vatican City. It's actually not just a city, it's a state. This is the smallest state in the world by population and by Pope Gregory had a vision that the Archangel Michael is the one who put an end to a very severe plague that afflicted Rome and killed many. That angel over there is sheathing his sword as if I just finished putting an end to that plague right now. And in memory of that vision, that angel is there. But originally, this whole structure is actually a structure from the second century. This is the mausoleum of the Caesar who destroyed Jerusalem in the 2nd century. Once again, and how will a pope in a time of trouble get from St. Peter to St. Angelo? There was the Passetto, the 800-meter-long passage. The Passetto, at least on 2 occasions, served as an escape route for popes in danger. Pope Alexander VI crossed it in 1494 when Charles VIII invaded the city and the Pope's life were in peril. But the more famous one is, of course, Clement VII, that escaped to safety through this passage during the sack of Rome in 1527 when troops of the Holy Roman Emperor, the one that originally was found here in 800 AD, but this time it was Charles V, massacred almost the entire Swiss guard on the steps of St. Peter's Basilica. So we understand that these 2 buildings carry a very significant role in the history of the Holy See here in Rome, and we understand that they are connected with that Passetto which stands up until today. Now, government of Rome at the time of the Republic. And it's interesting because if you go back to the 1st century, the Vatican never existed. Catholicism did not even exist. There was no Catholic Church. If anything, we know there were roughly 5 synagogues in this area. There was a great Jewish community living in Rome, and at the time, that would be the area where they lived. Trastevere, across the Tiber, in that area.
When the rapture occurred.
19 and 20, the Bible says, he declares his word to Jacob, his statutes and his judgments to Israel. He has not dealt thus with any nation, and as for his judgment, they have not known them. In other words, no other nation on earth received the word of God to keep and then later on to deliver. It was one of the roles of Israel, for which Israel, chicken house will not turn you into a chicken. It's not about where you go and what you say and how you behave. Everyone can act. People are actors nowadays on social media. Everybody is his own director and actor at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, God told his people, I'm a God unlike men. I don't look at the outer appearance. I look at the heart. When he sent Samuel to anoint a new king to Israel, and Samuel, of course, goes to all the brothers of David. He doesn't even think for a second that David is the one. And God says to Samuel, Samuel, stop looking at them by the way they look. This is not me. The people chose Saul as king because he's tall and handsome. I'm looking at the heart. And as far as I'm concerned, David, that little boy.
Okay, so the final step, now make sure you wipe your rims of your jars before you put your new lids on. My final step for this sunflower petal jelly, isn't that a pretty color, is to put it in a water bath canner. Make sure you have a rack down on the bottom. I'm going to bring the water to a full boil, and then I'm going to start a countdown, a timer for 10 minutes. And then that process will be done. And I have a little extra water in here than you need. You only need to have an inch, which an inch is to your first bend in your index finger is approximately an inch of headspace over the top of the lids. So, oh my goodness, it's bright back there. Thank you so kindly for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. And I hope you join me again for another adventure. And try this. Give this recipe a good try. Have a beautiful day. I forgot to mention, when you're canning in a water bath canner, you want to put the lid on. It'll help bring the boil up and get your things processed properly. So don't forget to put the lid on. Once it's boiling at a good boil, then you'll set your timer for 10 minutes. And then once that 10 minutes is over, you'll take the lid off after about 5 minutes once it cools down a bit, and you'll let them sit in there for maybe another 5 minutes, and then you can pull them out, set them on your counter, and let them sit for about 12 to 24 hours without being disturbed. I use the same recipe as I do for any like petal flower type things that are edible, so make sure you do your research in multiple places. Same recipe I use for all of my recipes that I do for my jelly making. So thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.